Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Bison, the Sturmpanzer I, or Sturmpanzer I. It's the Tier 3 German SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Himmelsdorf, and it's under the command of Saadharta of REBRN. And you may have seen a video where he was trolled by a T-29 just recently. Well, he's about to get trolled again, but this time as Arty. And he's going to get trolled by his teammates who tried to flip him over during the battle. Well, the game started and he's moving off to a firing position so he can get shots at the enemy. He decides to stop and stay there, and look what happens next. Well, T-29 comes up alongside him, gives him a nudge. A Type 91. I think these tanks are deploying. But here we go, it's the T-29 and the T-116. And the T-29 is pushing Saadharta back, so he can't play the game because he can't aim at the enemy. And well, no, Saadharta does something he shouldn't do there. He fires at the enemy to try and get him to stop, and of course that doesn't work. And all it does is disqualify Saadharta from actually playing the game. Now, if I pull back, you can actually see in free camera, they were trying to flip him over and push him into that building. And he's not getting to play the game at all. They pushed him under. So these two are acting together, and they're in platoon with each other, the T-116 and the T-29. He manages to escape, but they haven't stopped. They're still trying to push him. He tries to escape, but they won't let him. This is absolutely despicable behaviour, and Wargaming should ban these two players immediately. It's obvious that they've decided that they're not going to play the game. Instead, they've decided to troll everyone, or at least troll the Arty. And for this sort of behaviour, they should be banned from the game. And the enemy's found them, and they're now firing at the enemy. Saadharta tries to get away, but he can't, and the T-116 comes back and tries to push him again. Now there's the T-29 come out of view. We can see he's now trying to play the game properly, but he's still being pushed about. And they finally left him, but the game's almost over, and they're about to lose this game simply because, yep, they've been killed, he's been killed. He's obviously using a sound pack there. But yes, the game was ruined because they decided they weren't going to play, so they were stopping somebody else from playing, which meant 3 members of their team were not actually playing at all, and that made an easy win for the enemy. The T-116, the troll, the other troll, he's run away. He's now cornered, and I don't think it's going to be very long before he's killed by the enemy. So I'm trying to get a good picture there, but he's hiding in that little corner, trying to avoid detection. And I think he's been killed. There were a couple of enemies waiting for him to come out, and the moment he did, he's dead, and that's it. The game's over. The last teammate has been killed, rather. So, totally trollish behaviour from the T-116 and the T-29. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this game. Well, Saadharta didn't actually manage to get any damage on the enemy whatsoever because he was prevented from doing so. There he is, 0 damage, 0 kills, and only 10 XP for turning up to be trolled. The T-29 that trolled him, Rizardo, is that Rizardo 50? And the other troll is Gunner 70 SSJ. And these two were in platoon together. Now, I'm not sure if that is the actual real name. Pretty sure it is, but we can check that later on. These are the 2 players who deserve to be given a ban by Wargaming because they're obviously acting like trolls. Their name will be added to the troll register so that people can avoid them in the future. But if you do see these players and you happen to be in an Arty, try and steer as clear of these as you can, because they're more than likely going to be trying to misbehave and ruin your game for you. If they do misbehave and you report it to Wargaming, Wargaming will probably do absolutely nothing, because they're about as useless as a chocolate teapot when it comes to dealing bans to people who are obviously out to try and ruin the game for everyone else, and in doing so probably encouraging some new players to leave the game altogether. So these players are actually detrimental to Wargaming making any profit in the future, because I wouldn't be surprised if these two actually did persuade at least one player to give up the game. So yes, we can see that from the detailed report that I'm afraid Saadharta only made 2,360 credits from the game and only 15 XP in total. It was hardly even worth him logging in to get that. But Wargaming, you must do something about these people, because they are actually going to be stopping you from earning your living. Because if people do leave the game, it's going to be your profits that they're costing you. So the best thing you can do is give them a sizable ban to remind them that if they break the rules, then obviously Wargaming will take action against them. And if they persistently break the rules, they will get banned from the game for good themselves, to stop them from causing other people to leave the game. Thanks for watching.